it's Gabby. Welcome to GABMAS, where a fancy vlog is posted every 3 days. Guys, I don't even know where to begin. I just feel so happy lately with myself, and I've never felt this way before, so I figured this is the perfect time to open up and just share this information with you guys. Just a huge disclaimer, this video isn't like, hey, I'm so skinny and this is how to be so skinny like me. No, like that's not the point of this video at all. I have gone through so many things in the last 3 years concerning my health and metabolism and metabolic diseases, and I've actually 110% have figured out my body, which was a huge journey. And a lot of you guys that follow me also struggle with thyroid problems, also have polycystic ovarian syndrome like myself, and I just feel like now that I have it down to a science, I would love to share my insight, what I've learned, and how I can lose weight and how I can maintain my weight, because I'm assuming you guys are gonna wanna see what my body looks like since I'm showing you these meals. I wanna show you that these meals are effective. And stay tuned for the very end of this vlog for a fashionnova lingerie try-on haul. Those of you who struggle with these kind of diseases understand that losing weight is not only a challenge, but is sometimes impossible. And if this is a trigger to anyone who is going through some kind of eating disorder or someone who has gone through an eating disorder, please click out of this right now. I don't want to trigger anyone. I understand how triggering some videos can be. This video is all about learning to love yourself and accept yourself for what you are, but also how to help yourself, because these diseases are very, very hard on your life, on your energy, a lot on your well-being and mental state. My metabolism doesn't work, and this is how I stay fit and have a lot of energy and happy. Just want to throw this out there real quick. This mane right here is all my real hair. Those of you who have thyroid problems understand the struggle of growing your hair. It wasn't just because I was blonde before, but because I have Hashimoto's, my hair falls out, but not anymore. This is just also proof that I'm really healthy right now. I'm growing my hair again. It's insane. This whole journey has been so hard, but it's insane. So Freely did a whole video on my diet and how it's wrong. There are tons of things that she called me out for that could be corrected by me in a comment, but instead I'm just gonna make a video on my diet, because when I met Freely, I was not diagnosed with polycystic ovarian syndrome, which is a huge factor in my lack of fruit consumption. But I'm just gonna flat out give you guys a name for the diet I'm on. So the diet that I'm on is called the ketogenic diet. Most of the time when someone hears someone's on a ketogenic diet, they think, oh, they eat a lot of meat. Well, guess what? I'm a vegetarian keto eater. You guys are probably like, how on earth do you eat a high fat, adequate protein, and low carb diet without meat? Well, I'm actually gonna walk you guys through every meal that I'm having today, but I eat a lot, guys. Like, I eat a ton. It sounds like a very restrictive diet, but because there are a lot of things I try to avoid, I have fun with it. I have fun making my alterations of the typical everyday meal. Just a brief, Hashimoto's thyroiditis, my thyroid disease, and PCOS, my polycystic ovarian syndrome, are two completely different autoimmune diseases. My thyroid causes really high TSH levels, and with high TSH levels, your metabolism is slowed down. And with PCOS, you are insulin resistant, meaning anything that has sugar in it or any carb that turns to sugar is automatically stored as fat and not used as energy. So these are two completely different weight gain autoimmune diseases that I have struggled with in the past. And because of that, I feel like you guys have watched me like fluctuate like a mofo, but I finally figured it out, and I think you guys noticed that too, and that's why this video is super requested. But you guys didn't know that the reason I fluctuated so much in the past was because I was suffering these diseases. I was at a point where I wanted to give up. I didn't know how to lose weight or to maintain my weight. If I just looked at candy, I would gain weight. So I'm gonna go through all my meals right now and show you how I display them and eat them and whatever. If you guys think this is bad advice, I'm sorry. I'm just letting you know what works for me. In the morning, I'll always have a coffee. Right now I have Starbucks coffee, and when I go through a drive-through, I don't really trust eating out, even if it's just a drink. So I try to make there be as minimal ingredients as possible. So right now this is a cold brew, like just black iced coffee with sugar-free vanilla, because I am trying to stay away from sugar as much as possible. My quote is, I try to handle sugar as if it'll make me have an anaphylactic allergic reaction. Someone who is super allergic to something, they're never gonna put it in their mouth. And that's how I treat sugar, because even if I take a little bite of like a muffin or chew gum, it'll spike my insulin, and the insulin will automatically be stored as fat and not used for energy. I have a sugar-free iced cold brew if I am going through Starbucks or Dunkin', but if I'm making coffee at home myself and I see the ingredients in my hands, I will go ahead and make something fancy fancy with like coconut milk. I'll add some liquid stevia because Splenda and all that sweetener stuff that's at the store is just so bad for you. So I use my liquid stevia. I'll use like a sugar-free vanilla foam to make it seem more like a latte. So I get more fancy when I make my homemade coffees. But if I'm on the go, I just try to get as minimal ingredients as possible, because when Starbucks says they're putting just coconut milk and sweetener in your coffee, there's just probably more in it, because I've noticed a huge difference in my body when I get coconut milk at Starbucks versus when I just make my coffee at home. So I'll obviously have a breakfast. Breakfast is so important when trying to make your metabolism fast, especially when you have a metabolic disease. With my breakfast, I'll have a vitamin B6 because it helps kickstart your metabolism every morning. I have found a huge difference when I started taking vitamin B6 with my first meal of the day. 100 milligrams of vitamin B6 a day, and I eat it in the morning with my breakfast. For breakfast, I have a nice big sunny side up egg because I'm vegetarian and I need some protein. Along with my egg, I will have cereal, which I found these on Amazon and they're amazing. This is 12 grams of protein and it's only 4 grams of carbs, and you guys know carbs turn to sugar, and 4 grams of sugar. So basically on my phone, I'll keep like a tally of like how many grams of sugar I'm having per day. I try to keep it under 10 grams of sugar a day, which is super low for sugar. But these are so good. Strawberries and cream protein crisps. They look like little puff balls. They look like Reese's Puffs, but pink. They're so yummy. And I put these in a bowl with coconut milk, and it tastes like the best cereal ever. I make sure I eat so much protein in the morning. An egg, this cereal, and sometimes I'll have a little bit of yogurt with some sugar-free sprinkles in it. I need some more. I know, I try to stay away from dairy as much as possible. I don't drink milk because it really upsets my stomach and it bloats me, but I'm not restrictive with dairy. I used to be super restrictive because I thought that whole bloat thing I was having was milk, but it's really my insulin resistance. So I'm staying away from sugar. So I'm a huge snacker, guys, and for some reason, my favorite thing to do is make dip. If I wanna eat like in between meals, I'll grab some celery or whatever vegetable I have in my fridge, and I'll make a yummy dip out of like melted cheddar cheese. I'll put some sour cream on it, maybe some peppers, and just like mix it together. And then with the long celery sticks, I'll literally just flat out eat it. It's just so good. I mean, the dip doesn't sound the best for you, but I have found cheese like goes a long way with this kind of diet for me. I find that I can maintain my weight and lose weight when I eat cheese. So in the middle of the day, I try to have something super nutritious so I have energy the rest of the day. My favorite go-to lunch is sashimi and a seaweed salad or sea grapes. It's delicious. I love spicy mayo. I love yellowtail. I love tuna. I'm not vegetarian, I'm pescatarian. I'm sorry, I don't have a problem with eating fish. So I'll eat that for lunch, or sometimes I'll make myself some shirataki noodles with organic tomato sauce. And I go to my local market to get sugar-free, organic, homemade tomato sauce. The sauce that they sell at the store isn't the best for you. So if you could just find like a local market or learn how to make your own sugar-free tomato sauce and just keep it in the fridge, that would be awesome. But shirataki noodles have 2 grams of carb. So right now we're at like 6 grams of sugar and carb for the day. I know you guys are probably wondering why I don't eat fruit, and I'm just letting you know I genuinely hate fruit. I hate the taste of it. So I'm not unhappy that I cut out fruit. I know fruit, natural sugar is okay, but I've learned in my experience, natural sugar it doesn't sit well with me. I'm sorry if that offends anyone. So then I'll continue to snack. I have like this jackfruit that tastes so good. It tastes like meat. Sometimes I'll just heat it up in a bowl and just sit and eat it like it's pulled pork when it's actually fruit. It's like the one fruit I will eat. And then for dinner, I have my meal prepped veggies. I love to go ahead and put some lemon pepper on there and some Italian dressing, just a little bit. I like to read the label to see how much grams of sugar or carbs are in the dressing and go with the measurements. So right now I'm just gonna use 2 tablespoons of the Italian dressing and then sprinkle a little cheese on there, and it's a delicious dinner. It is so filling, guys. And for dessert, I'll have a spoonful of peanut butter, my favorite peanut butter ever, which is the peanut butter principle peanut butter, and it's cake batter flavored. It literally tastes like you're eating cake batter, and it's peanut butter, which is protein. So I'll have a spoonful of that, and 2 tablespoons is 6 grams of sugar. So right now I'm just having 3 grams of sugar. So right now, I think we're at about under 10 grams of sugar for the day, which concludes what I eat today. So that's just an example of one day what I eat. I switch up my meals every single day. I have so much fun with eating, and I don't think eating should be looked down upon. If there are certain restrictions you want to make, it is possible if you just put your mind to it and put a lot of effort into your diet. I don't suggest eating out. I suggest home making your meals or meal prepping. I also meal prep a lot of lunches, but in this case, when I do eat out, I make sure it's like sushi or something that's healthy. If I eat out, I will get like a salad and just like really look at the toppings and the dressing, because a lot of restaurants don't care about how healthy food is. They just care about if it tastes good so people come back. So enough talk about food. fashionnova sent me a bunch of beautiful girly pajamas for the Christmas season. I'm not only gonna show you guys my body and this hard work that I've been putting into my body, but I'm gonna show you guys my new pajamas. Click out of this if it's triggering. Whenever I look up diet videos, I wanna see what the person actually looks like because they're just sitting there. So I'm gonna show you guys my body.
You're trying to shake this off. You're trying to bury this in the snow, but the cold's been gone for long. So don't act like you don't know. You feel it when you're holding me, over me, next to me. You feeling like I have a clue. Yes, I do. Not a cold room. I'm sending shivers down your spine as you're doing so to mine. I can see it on your face. You think you'll hide it, but your eyes are not amazed. All of this I do to you. Not a cold room. I chill your veins with my kiss. Your lying breath, my numbing lips. You feel it when you're holding me, over me, next to me. You feel it like.
Alright guys, that's it for this fancy vlog. I love you so much. You guys inspire me every day to work harder and harder on being healthy and happy. Also, shout out, I just released some merch for Christmas, so make sure to go check it out. Get them for yourself for this GABMAS season. Alright guys, that's it for this fancy vlog. I love you so much, and thank you for not judging me, and thank you for always staying by my side. Love you.